not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Yeah, because we're back to scary time. Yay. Awesome. Scary, intimidating, worrying time, especially since All Might has reached his limit, and All for One doesn't look like he's just gonna stay defeated anytime soon, considering the fact that All Might had an impressive move pulled on All for One, but All for One was just like, wow, impressive, but not enough. So, oh boy, this is scary. I'm really excited to see what this episode does entail. I am absolutely worried for All Might. But I'm also excited to see how they do continue this battle with All for One and All Might, because All Might, even though he's at his limit, he's not going to stop whatsoever, is he? This is a personal stake, and he needs All for One to be subdued by any means necessary. He just needs him defeated. And it's proving to be a bit of an ask at the minute, but hang in there. Hello everyone, Liam Catterson here. We are reacting to My Hero Academia episode 11 of season 3, which is called One for All. I'm scared. I'm absolutely scared. They've had some very, very interesting titles for the last episode, for the last few episodes. All to do with this battle, I guess, with All for One, with All Might, because the last episode was Symbol of Peace, and that was referring to, of course, who All Might is, nicknamed wise, and now they're referring to his powers. So I am a bit worried about the direction they're going to be going in, especially if this fight is not looking like it's going to take a backseat anytime soon and all of that. But plus there's no other stake in terms of villainy, because the League of Villains are, I guess, back at their hideout. Or, well, no, they wouldn't be, but they're teleported somewhere, because I was going to say the hideout's been compromised. But they have been teleported by Kiriguri, and away from all of the action, after Tamura resisted. Like, he was... I really felt that scene was very, very interesting, especially since we were going to get to the revelation that the holder to One for All before All Might was Nana Shimura. Nana? Like, literally Nana? To Tamura, should I say? But, one of his relatives seemed to be the holder for One for All and all of that. And he kind of looks at, in my eyes, All for One. Like, I don't know, that voice in the... like that resistance, him not wanting to go through whatsoever, kind of felt like he just, like, he looks at All for One as a father figure, which I can see, actually, because there are parallels with Deku and Tamura to how they look at All Might and All for One, and they are like, I don't know, father figures. I say that for Deku as well, especially considering we don't know anything really about Deku's dad in reality for this show. We know that Deku stays with, we know Deku and has his healthy relationship with his mother and all of that, but that's it in terms of the Midoriya family. But there's still a lot of parallels with the fact that, I guess, my thoughts that both characters look up to the elders as parental figures. Not just that, though, but as stated, both Tamura and Deku are groomed to be, I guess, the next generation of one or the other, I guess, out of All Might and All for One. So, but with that said, let's just delve into this, because I'm scared. I'm super, super excited, nervous. I'm feeling all the emotions, because I have no idea how this is going to go down. I am nervous about how it could go down. It has been daunting ever since All for One has made his arrival, because he just has that essence so far. So yeah, but the full reaction will be up on Patreon. Let's get on to it. This is My Hero Academia, one for all. Let's go.
I want to make a world where everyone smiles and lives together happily.
Oh, we're going in a bit of back. Oh no. Formula.
A symbol of peace. The reason crime is on the rise everywhere is because citizens have no one to believe in. They need to rely on someone. That's why I want to be the pillar that gives people hope.
Is this All Might?
So that's what drives you to become a hero, even though you're quirkless.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Embarrassing for me, the creator of One for All, to see her inherit the power. And the way she died was so pathetic. Shall I tell you all about it?
God, you are an absolute dick. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! He was gonna crash into that.
You're in the way.
Our plan has been thwarted. It's up to you now, All Might.
You see this? Jeez.
This is scary.
That looks terrible.
All Might looks kind of beat up.
Whoa, I've never seen him like this.
Oh boy.
Daddy may not have to work tomorrow, hon.
Really?
Jeez, that is like me.
Man, these villain attacks are
Oh
getting
man.
insane. That or the heroes are just slacking off. They're getting soft. I mean, I hate to say it.
There's a lot of skepticism.
Doing I could to keep the injury under wraps. I'm supposed to be the guy who's always smiling, right? I'm the symbol of peace. People everywhere have to think that I'm never afraid.
Oh my God, it's happened.
All Might, your secret.
It's out there now.
Hollow cheeks and sunken eyes. To think that you're their greatest hero. Now the adoring public knows your true form. Try not to be ashamed.
Well, he still looks a lot better than you do, dickhead.
You are. I guess I'll just give up. Oh,
That would be
but there
nice.
is one thing you might be interested to know. Tomura Shigaraki, my apprentice, he's Nana Shimura's grandson.
Yep, there we go. Ooh.
I kept wondering what would
Ooh.
annihilate your golden heart. And so I found
In this world, the ones always smiling are the ones who are the strongest.
Oh, Nana Shimura. Ooh.
How very entertaining. I think I'd
I'm sure Nana would be disappointed in
She's
Tomura.
my master's grandchild. My God, what would she say if she knew how we turned out?
Oh my God, All Might.
Beat this sucker. Show what you can do. Win this. Beat him. Come on, All Might.
Oh my God, that was powerful.
Fear not, miss.
Here we go.
Not done yet. You were right. The hero has so much to protect in this world. Which is why I will defeat you!
Come on, All Might!
I sometimes dream of you charging at me with your entrails strewn across the ground.
Yeah, because you're a sick bastard.
Oh no. You have what, 2 or 3 punches left?
Shit, All Might.
Are you serious? What the hell's
Go
going
on,
on with that
Endeavor!
big little body?
Looks like we made it in time.
We've got the no
Fuck him up, Endeavor.
Everything I could to get ahead of you. But the harder I worked, the more obvious it became just how much of a widening gap separated the two of us. The stronger you got,
exactly.
the angrier I became. Stand up and show them why you're better!
Oh, Endeavor.
If the only
Encouraging
reason
him.
you're here is
What's #1 hero?
Toshinori Yagi?
He's an interesting guy. A little crazy.
Oh, wow.
For instance, he thinks that crime hasn't gone down because the citizens don't have anyone to rely on. That the world needs some kind of pillar of support.
Far, the entire world continues to cheer you on.
Exactly, because you're an
The united
amazing
voices
spirit.
Cry out for your victory. That includes your students, whose admiration knows no bounds, who aspire with their whole hearts to be like you.
They're cheering for you. Come on, All Might. Come on.
how pointless.
Oh, shut up! You're pointless!
Rivets, airwalk, spear-like bows. The shockwaves until now were simply to wear you out. I knew it would take much more than that to kill you.
Wasn't
In
even
order
his
to
full
put you
power.
down for good, I'll punch you with the ultimate combination of quirks I have stored up within me right
What
now.
the
This will
fuck?
end you. Have no control over him, do you? It sounds as though you'll die full of regrets, All Might. As a hero.
Don't let him take the shit, All Might! Come on! Holy shit!
Impact recoil!
Oh!
I see.
This is tense. This is the most intense episode.
Trying to rekindle some of your former strength. A desperate
Come on, All Might.
attempt to rage against the inevitable and fulfill your duty. But it's not enough!
When you think you can't go on anymore, remember.
I'll beat you. Like you. Still weak, though!
That's
Oh.
because I didn't put my back into it that time!
Oh shit!
This
Go on,
power
All
has been
Might!
passed on from hero to hero, each praying that it will bring joy
Same.
and peace. And now it is your turn. Do your best, Toshinori.
United States of
Holy fuck! Fuck me! Holy shit!
Goodbye. One for all.
Fuck me up, my hero. Fuck
Two
me
people
up.
below the rubble, and more there. The heroes began rescue operations during All Might's fight, but the scope of the damage is staggering. Authorities are estimating a large number of casualties.
Now. Now. It's your turn.
That's our hero!
He could be more amazing!
All Might's message was only a few words long. As far as most to me, it meant
Something
the
else.
opposite.
The end.
He'd used up everything. And now it was left to me.
Just hug him. Ooh. Fuck. I've had time to cool down. I swear I have. I swear. He's done. That's it. That's it. Oy, oy, oy. That was heartbreaking. Like, even though All Might didn't die, it felt like a death at the end of the day. Man, no, that entire fight was intense. Everything was super, super intense. It was emotional towards the end. especially when it was pointed out that, well, we know he was at his limit, so we had a feeling that All Might was going to suffer severely because of this, especially with the fight continuing. But bloody hell, you don't expect that amount of motion to hit you in the face, do you? Wow. That was a stunning episode. Heartbreaking, but stunning. I'm really excited to see how impactful All Might will be from now on. Wait, so if he's done and dusted, I'm guessing Endeavor's finally the number one hero. Because All Might can't be who he used to be anymore. Man, that episode did fuck me up. No, it was just absolutely heartbreaking. And I liked that message at the end when he pointed at the screen. Everyone was thinking, oh, that's a great challenge to the villains. Like, oh, he might have suffered against All for One, but hey, he was like the big cheese, so if anyone still feels like they are ballsy enough to take on All Might, try it. But Deku, I absolutely loved how impactful that was in terms of like how he knew what that message means, and only he would know because of the fact that he is the successor to All Might. Speaking of successors, I really enjoyed so much the incorporation of Nana Shimura. I had a feeling she was the grandmother. No, she wasn't going to be the mother or whatever, although that would be a very, very interesting twist. But I had a feeling she was the grandmother because Nana, basically. So I was thinking, oh, easy to identify. Maybe it's, Tamura's grandmother and all of that. So, yeah. But I did. But on that note, when All for One revealed that Nana Shimura was the grandmother of Tamura, I loved how All Might completely froze up and was thinking about was thinking about Tamura, and yeah, he was thinking about Nana Shimura, and like I guess at that moment he would be thinking, what would she be thinking right now, if she were here, like seeing Tamura like this. Yeah, I absolutely loved that. It was kind of Star Wars-ish, wasn't it? And I know this show does like to draw inspirations from, it likes to draw inspirations from Star Wars, but I do love the fact that it was very Star Wars-ish, because he was like, no, that's not true, that's impossible, and all of that. So yeah, and it was a great way for All Might to try and break, like he tried to throughout the first part of this episode, I did notice, because of the fact that he was taunting Nana Shimura, saying how weak she was and how pathetic she is, and then he got to All Might's head. Like he really, really got there. It's funny though, because considering Gran Torino's like, don't let him get the better of you emotionally, but something like that is hard to take in, isn't it? You can't sweep that under the rug, especially if the shocks hit you in the face. So he can't avoid and skirt around the fact that Nana Shimura is the grandmother to Tamura. Because so many questions raised in your head, and I think that cry that we saw was perfect. It was really, really great stuff to see, and yeah, I did love how hurt he was, because like I said, that's gonna sting. So, but going back at the flashbacks, I did really love it. Like, the first scene was especially beautiful because it painted a nice parallel to where Deku first met with All Might, and it was around the same age. I'm guessing he was around the same age, maybe a few years older potentially. Yeah, he was around the same age as... Actually, I don't know how old Deku would be at this age. So maybe he's exactly around the same age, but it did paint a really, really nice parallel to when Deku first encountered All Might, was quirkless and like expressed why he wanted to be a hero. It was the same here when All Might expressed how like what it means for him to be a hero, to be someone that people could rely on, a pillar to the world, and it was really, really beautifully done, and it works so well in an episode like this because it tells you a lot of emotion. I do say though, one of my like annoyed cliches generally is when you show a flashback or an origin or something like that, and then that character dies in that same episode. That was one of the that was a problem I had with an episode of The 100, because I was like, yeah, that trope is a bit used so much, so it's like, yeah. Plus it didn't help with given the circumstances, but it's fine because All Might didn't die. It felt like a death though. It felt like the death of All Might, whereas Toshinori is still going to stay alive, of course. But I think it worked out really... They executed it beautifully, I feel like, with the revelation, with All For One, who killed Shimura. I think it works out really, really well for some reason, and I absolutely loved how they entangled the flashbacks of All Might and how he got One For All, and how it intertwines with the loss of One For All, the end of All Might. It intertwines perfectly, and I don't know why, but I think the way they executed it in this episode was really, really well done emotionally. So I absolutely loved that so much. But yeah, it was great going into it was great seeing All Might and All For One go all out. I thought at first when he hit, he went United States of Smash. Just so we're clear, because of the fact that, like, we have Detroit Smash, Delaware Smash. So, what's better than, I was completely amazed with that United States of Smash. Like, a great way to go out on. And I did feel like he ended him, especially when he was like, goodbye, All For One, ended him the next time around. I know the plan was to have him in custody and all of that, but All For One can fucking jump off a mountain or whatever. I'm pissed off with him. He was the one that did it. And you know, he's throwing his toys out the pram saying, "Oh, you ruined my plans and all of that. So yeah, that's not fair and all of that. But you shouldn't have been a dick." So, no, in all seriousness, I absolutely did love the insane amount of strengths that we utilized from both parties, because you had that big Colossus arm when he combined multiple, like, he was like listing out a shopping list of quirks, and then he put all of like them into his arm, kind of like how All Might swapped quirks and all of that, which was really, really nicely done and that. But I loved the idea of both parties just throwing, like, no holds barred. They just throw it out there, basically, in terms of how powerful they're going to become. With All Might with the United States of Smash, that was really, really beautifully done. And it was insane. It was absolutely insane, and I absolutely loved it. It was, like I said, I mean, you could tell with the tears and all of that, it was heartbreaking, especially when we had Edshot, say he should push himself, and then Gran Torino confirmed that this is it. this is the end for All Might. So I really, really found that beautiful, as well as, like I said, him pointing at the screen. Gotta say, I loved Bakugo and how understanding he was. Like, this is the thing, Bakugo, and I really, really, like, one of my favourite bits about this episode, everyone encouraging All Might, even when he was reverted in his original form. Sure, it's going to cause a lot of kerfuffle and a lot of people wondering about All Might and that. Because no one's seen him in this form, and he's kept the secret from the public. So, of course, people are going to be questioning about it. But and considering the amount of stress that's on the Hero Society, there's going to be a few people that's going to be like, oh, can he really do this then? Like, if this is his true form, then should we have a bit of faith in him? Like I said, the Hero Society has taken an absolute kick in the balls currently, so this is going to add insult to injury, literally. Pun not intended, but still, it is going to cause insult to injury. But I loved how people were so hopeful because they couldn't let All for One win. They couldn't let evil dominate Japan like it has done before. So I mean, not sure how many people there would have learned about that. It might have been probably famous and all of that, but you never know. I just loved the encouragement, but like I said, Bakugo standing there, like when Deku was crying and all of that, and he just, like, of course, Bakugo usually would be like, oh, shut up, you damn nerd, and all of that, but he understood, like, he felt for him, but he didn't emote too much, like, he wasn't out of character, he understands so much, and he's trying to put on a brave face himself, because he should realize at this point, he's just lost an idol. I mean, he might not understand the mechanics like Deku does, and that's why it hurts him. It hurts so much at home for Deku more than it would for anyone else. Hence why everyone, when he was pointing at the screen, should I say, everyone was like, oh shit, like, who was going to challenge All Might next? And Deku realized what that meant for him. It was completely different because only he understands. So I really, really loved the fact that Bakugo was just static, like, sad, not out of character whatsoever, but understanding as well. Gotta love the heroes teaming up as well, though. Endeavor, first time I've actually cheered for him. I cheered for him when he fucked up all those no moves in Mortal Kombat style as well. But like I said, I guess he's the number one hero now, I guess, because All Might can't do this anymore. But the way he came out was amazing, and I just absolutely loved the fact that he was inspiring him. Not really the politest way, but he was still inspiring him. He knew what form he was in, I guess. Well, of course, it was visible for everyone, but he knew what form he was in. He knew he was weakened, and he was still trying to encourage him, be the best. I wasn't number 2 for a reason and all of that. But I absolutely, it wasn't just Endeavor, it was everyone showing up and helping out the number one hero. And I just love that, because even those at the top need the best of help in their darkest hour. And I absolutely did love that so much. But yeah, that was a really, really emotional episode. Like I said, visuals were... Well, like I said in the last episode, the visuals were beautiful. It was really, really emotionally well written. I absolutely adored this episode. My emotions might not have, but I absolutely did love how the writing became so compelling. Like I said, the flashbacks were really, really beautifully executed, and it really felt heartbreaking. Like, you had a feeling, especially when, even though you knew All for One wasn't really kidding when he said, "Oh, you're on your you're basically using the last embers of One for All." Even though he said that, you had a it felt emotional still. It felt really, really heartbreaking. And, But it just goes to show, though, like, I've made this point before, and I'm not saying it was predictable, because I had no idea, like, when we first started out, this confrontation with All For One, and all of that, we had no idea how this was going to go. But, like, just because you have a feeling something is coming doesn't make it any less emotional. I mean, look at Infinity War, for example. We all predicted that it was coming, but I bet a lot of us were still choking up when Pete was like, I don't want to go, and all of that. It's the way it's executed and all of that, and that's what this show has absolutely done fantastically. Like, we had a feeling, especially when he was in his when he reached his limit, and the fight was still gonna go on, that this might be it for All Might, because All For One, like, took that heavy takedown in the last episode and was like, I'm good, try again, and that's when All Might reached his limit. But like I said, it's all down to emotion at the end of the day, and how you portray it is a really, really compelling way, because whilst it might be predictable, or whilst you might have a feeling it's coming, if they write it so well, like it did in this, like the writing in this episode provided to be, then it's still going to pack a punch, like it frickin' did for me. Oy. But it was really, really beautiful stuff, though. I absolutely loved this episode. Hated it emotionally, but I absolutely enjoyed the writing. It's one of the best episodes, I feel. For multiple reasons, and especially I do love the fact that everyone was in All Might's corner, encouraging him, even the hero showing up. It was an absolutely well done episode, so it's one of my favourite episodes. My emotions might not, like the watery eyes might not agree with that one, but no, in all seriousness, it was one of the best episodes of My Hero Academia. I think it was episode 10. Was it? I can't remember. It was either 9 or 10. But I think it was 10. I even said I think that was one of the best episodes of My Hero Academia as well. But this one is just on another level, with the emotion, with the flashbacks, telling the nice relationship between Nana Shimura and All Might, the a revelation from All For One to All Might about Tamura, the support that All Might was given, the ending for One for All in All Might. It was really, really well done, and I can't stress that enough, because it was just brilliant. And you've only got like 20 minutes, because I know the end credits eliminate the intro and the end credits and all of that. You've got 20 minutes to pack all of this in, and it's done really, really well. So I absolutely enjoyed this episode so much. So yeah. But I am really excited to see what's next for All Might, in terms of his story, and now Deku's got that responsibility of carrying One for All. So yeah, I'm excited to see where next episode does lead. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Pizza channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!